team, I was acting as an interior designer and an automation engineer, where I was now advising how the machines, the weights of the machines and all that. So I'm very happy to be able to be part of this team, and God bless the government and bless the partners that helped us. I urge the youth. The youth, you need to be able to allow yourself to be used so that you can be able to help us, to help others. You need also to be able to know what you really want, so that when a teacher comes or when you are asked what you want to do in your life, you are able to factor few things. Don't just go to school and study. Do something that you are passionate about. Something that even if you are told to work day and night, you are able to work. As you can see me here, I am one of those orphans who were left by their parents when they were 3 years old. Since then, no one, it's God, up to now. And the people that God has sent on my way, I make sure that I impact their life, because on my time, there was no one to hold my hand. It was only me and God. But I am ready to hold hands, as many as possible, so that by the time I leave this world, I will leave a legacy of telling people that sio ati wazazi peke yao ndo wanaweza, even yourself using your own mind. Hata mzazi akikuacha, you have a job that God had created you to do in this world. Kindly focus. Wachana na mambo ya mabesti. Besties will take you nowhere. Friends will take you nowhere. You need to take your time first. Jichukue kama mkutano. Na uangalie, mimi leo nikikufa, nitaacha nini? Munanielewa? Youth, hello. You really need to have a zeal to get something. Be a footballer. And KCB and the government are the referees. A footballer and referee anachokanga na wewe. Ukikimbia huko anakufuata huko. Si kama referee wa athleti, anasemanga ready, go. Anaacho hapo. But a referee wa footballer ni kama KCB Foundation and the government of Kenya. They run with you until you reach. Anakuachilia wakati umefika kwa goal, wakati you want to. God bless you. God bless you.
Yes, Your Excellency, the President of the Republic of Kenya. I'm sorry. Your Excellency, the President, the ministers present, the distinguished guests, my esteemed sponsor, KCB Foundation, together with your partners, my fellow graduates, good morning. Yes, good morning once more. Yes, by the name, I'm James Bethwell Oyo, a beneficiary of KCB Foundation, who undertook a course in electrical installation in Bunyala Technical and Vocational College. My journey with KCB started when I was doing Mujengo. I had completed my Form 4 studies. I had nowhere to go because of school fees. So I had opted in to go for Mujengo, that I might find something to do and to provide for my church. So I heard of KCB in a college because my aunt studies there, and I went to apply. Nilipo apply, I had no hopes to get anything, but I thank God. I found a message saying that you have been selected to undergo an interview for a KCB foundation. Since then, I've been in KCB until now. I went for an attachment. I gained skills. As you can see on the screens, that is the portion mill I had just installed last week. I work with a team of more than 20 people who sometimes on regular basis wanaenda nyumbani na not less than 1,000 because of KCB. As under myself, KCB has really changed my life. Previously, I was not able even to raise even 200 shillings in a day. But now I can hold clients' money to go and run a project which I could not even imagine. So I just want to say thank you to KCB for remembering the less fortunate in the community. And to you, Our Excellency, our beloved President, this is my request on behalf of the youths. As you are executing the affordable housing program, as you are executing the affordable housing program, we are the wiremen and we are the builders. We are the builders. Si ndio watu wa Mujengo huwa tunasukumana na mawilbaro huko kwa site na tunabeba masimiti. So I want to urge you, Mr. President, please just carry all of us as we are here, as we are graduating today. And I know our lives will never remain the same. And as to the youths, my fellow graduates, and the youths nationally, nataka kuambia hivi, this life niwe kujituma. It is not about kukaa nyumbani eti Mungu atafungua njia, sijui na ngoja serikali ifanye nini. No, niwe kujituma kwa hizo masite and to be innovative, to think about what will help your community and what will uplift your family and what will change your life. So I just want to urge the youth to abstain from peer pressure and the peer group, the bad groups. Hizi magrupu za kuvuta bangi, hizi magrupu za kutembea tembea sijui umeshaga longi. No, they will not help you. Let us just focus and keep our country moving. Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you. A round of applause for those two that are represented. I don't know about you, but two things, listening to those two youth, but actually standing here and looking at the number of youths that are here and the hopes they carry of the future, it actually runs a chill in my body. And I hope each and every one of us, those of us who are blessed with opportunities, will do what we can to bring the transformation. It indeed, Your Excellency, actually adds pressure for some of us that have these opportunities that we have. Your Excellency, the two, I just chose not to introduce them to allow them to run their introduction. It's the true testament of what can happen. When you have a vision, you have to execute. And I think that is what we are doing. And I hope each and every one of us, those of us who are blessed with opportunities, will do what we can to bring the transformation. It indeed, Your Excellency, actually adds pressure for some of us that have these opportunities that we have. Your Excellency, the two, I just chose not to introduce them to allow them to run their introduction. It's the true testament of what can happen if we transform the lives of youth. And I don't need to add anything more. Your Excellency, among us as well, is one of the graduates and one of the beneficiaries of KCB Foundation. I'll just mention his name, Emmanuel Loro, from Turkana County. Emmanuel, are you in the room? Yeah, just wave from where you are, Emmanuel. That's Emmanuel Loro. Emmanuel is a beneficiary of KCB Foundation, but actually won the Chui Award in the Devolution Conference for his work. He's carrying his award, Your Excellency. And he's in welding, but he's using welding to deal with banditry and gender, based violence in Turkana and Pokot, if I remember correctly, Your Excellency. Your Excellency has an update on the program to Jiajiri seeks to tackle unemployment among young individuals by providing vocational and enterprise development skills necessary to drive employment and wealth creation. It's in the areas of agribusiness, beauty, domestic services, automotive engineering, building and construction, as well as ICT and creatives. Your Excellency, one thing I'm very proud about this program is we also teach people just how to do a little bit more on ethics, and doing the right thing. Because one of the bigger issues we have is today you must doubt your plumber so many times. The difference with this, we teach them a lot more about social skills and enterprise development, Your Excellency. The current program focuses on construction sector in partnership with GIZ. The objective is to have a total of 6,560 beneficiaries across 3 countries, which covers Kenya, Uganda, and Tanzania. For Kenya, Your Excellency, 3,500 project beneficiaries trained and certified in the construction sector, with an incubation of 1,173 micro-entrepreneurs through business development support, and an empowerment of 700 participants with tools of trade, Your Excellency. So far, I believe that we've created 7,272 jobs. Your Excellency, I would like to stop there and humbly invite the KCB Group Chairman, Dr. Joseph Kinyua, to make a few remarks and focus on the bigger social impact approach that KCB deploys. Thank you all, and may God bless you.
Good morning. Good morning, first of all, to you, His Excellency President of the Republic of Kenya, William Ruto, honorable cabinet secretaries, governors and state representatives, representatives of our strong partner KCB, Mr. Paul Russo and Mr. Kinua, dear fellow ambassadors, private sector partners, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, and I think the most important thing is good morning, hamjambo, wanafunzi. You are in the center of this event this morning, and if I stay here and talk to you, I feel a bit like a rock star because you are so many and you are so energetic, and you're giving this whole ceremony really an excellent framework, and it's because of you that we are here. I'm very, very happy to celebrate this event with you, with President Ruto, with the dignitaries, because it is a big achievement that resonates deeply also with our values of collaboration, empowerment, and progress. And first of all, I would really like to thank His Excellency for his steadfast support and leadership. We know that TVET is really one of your main priorities. When we had the preparatory discussion just a few minutes ago, and I quote you, you said, TVET is the way to go. And I think I fully, on behalf of the German government, subscribe to this vision. Accelerating job creation and reviving the economy is a top priority for the Kenyan government, to develop skills, to develop micro, small and medium enterprises, to drive the economy for more prosperity and more growth. I would also like to thank all our development cooperation partners, the ministries that are represented today, but also the private sector that plays such an important role in bringing together the theoretical skills and the practical skills. Because without really working in a machine, in a company, without learning also from elderly, experienced masters in their fields, carpenters, electricians, plumbers, I think this is the value added that this program also brings to the youth. And I also want to thank KCB Foundation, which is a long-standing partner in this program, and who makes this event here happen. For GIZ and for the German government, vocational training and skills development is one of the main engagements, not only in Kenya, but all over the region. And from 2018 to 2023, we put together approximately 105 million euros, which is between 15 and 16 billion Kenyan shillings, in order to support skills development and youth employment here in Africa. And we are not doing this alone. We are doing this together with our friends and partners in the European Union, with the Norwegian Agency for Development Cooperation, and with the Korean International Cooperation Agency. So it's really a collective effort of the development partners on the one hand side and the regional governments and the Kenyan governments on the other side. What have we achieved so far? I just want to give you some numbers. More than 370 jobs were created, which means 370,000 family incomes created. We supported more than 58,000 Kenyan youth through vocational training, and we assisted over 45,000 enterprises in scaling up their business. So this is really a very, very important achievement. I think one of the main interventions now, and this is what we celebrate today, is within the construction industry, which is so important now also with the housing scheme that was decided by the government recently. And it's a very important sector also for the economy. Approximately 12% rise in job opportunities for young entrants every year. So today, The only thing I would like to say is Ongera Sana to all of you, each and everybody who gets his and her certificate today, 3,500. And all in all, you are not alone because you are within a group of 9,000 young individuals that received this comprehensive training. So you will get the starter toolkit. Take it as... Thank you very much. Take this as your personal capital stock, value it, use it, and apply it. This is your asset. This is your main asset now. Your knowledge, your skills that you learned in the last months, and the toolbox which gives you all the opportunities to work and earn also some good money out there. So to conclude, I would like to make two additional important points that are really at the forefront of the policy of the German government. The first is on women's economic empowerment. And I was really impressed by the lady who presented the company that she founded and the job opportunities that she gave also to other Kenyans. And when we had the presentation at the tents outside, we also learned about an initiative called Build Her. So to bring women into the construction sector, I think this is very important, and I just want to encourage all the women here to fight for their place and to fight for their opportunities and go forward for this. And the second point is on the green transition. We were demonstrated a solar panel installation to give electricity to bulbs or to bells, to small electrical machines. And I say this also because I know it's one of the main priorities of His Excellency the President. We are all working hard. You are working hard for the African Climate Summit, which will take place in 2 weeks' time. Germany is a strong, strong partner, together with Kenya, for clean energy, for geothermal, for hydro. We are so much impressed by this ambition to go for 100% renewables by 2030. But also there, it can't be done by a decision of the Kenyan government or the German government. It needs the people, it needs you, because you are the future of this country, and we need your knowledge and your skills also for this green transition. So I really would like to invite you to go into this sector and use your skills, especially also for sustainability and the green transition of this country. So once again, Your Excellency President Ruto, I would like to thank you for your partnership, for your leadership in this program. Nasema hongera sana kwa wanafunzi. All the best. Thank you very much.
Asante sana balozi, tumpongeze tena kwa makofi na pia kwa kuongea Kiswahili sanifu. Your Excellency, sir, at this point, allow me to invite the Cabinet Secretary, Ministry of Education, Honorable Ezekiel Machogu, to make his remarks, and then invite the chief guest. Welcome, sir.
Your Excellency, the President of the Republic of Kenya, the Chairman of KCPE, Joseph Kinyua, the CEO, Paul, the Ambassador of Germany, my PS who is here, and the PS Internal Security, all the dignitaries and the graduates, good morning. Good morning, graduates. Your Excellency, we want to thank you very much for the visionary and wise decision that you took many years ago to initiate and start the technical and vocational training institutes, because what you started, Your Excellency, is what has brought us here today, because you are able to see what is happening internationally and what is happening globally, and that what will solve the kind of problems we have as a country, particularly on unemployment, is by giving these young people the necessary required technical skills. Your Excellency, we want to give assurance that for the 6-9 months that these young people have been in our technical Tibetan institutions, they have actually acquired the necessary required skills and competencies, and they are now ready to go and serve the country in the various sectors of the economy. Your Excellency, these people here are passionate, they are committed, and we also thank you because of the kind of programs that your government, your administration has been able to provide, because again, there is the housing program and the building and construction courses that they have undergone will work out miracles in that particular program, which requires the kind of technical skills that they have acquired. You have also started industrial parks where some of them will be able to participate in value addition, agro-processing. You have also started quite a number of other programs which these people will be able to fit in, Your Excellency, and we want to assure you, as a means of education, that we will be able to partner with the KCP, GSED, and all the other partners to make sure that we take technical education to another level. And allow me, in a very special way, Your Excellency, to thank KCB because of their support and commitment right from basic, because they assist our young people in secondary all the way to Tibetan institutions and even to our universities. And we thank you so much, and we hope there are so many partners who will also be able to take the example of what KCB is doing so that they can be able to come on board. Finally, Your Excellency, we also want to assure the thousands of young people in our Tibetan institutions that the courtesy of the funding program that you have come up with, all of them will be funded by government, and including our university students, Your Excellency. You have now made it possible for all Kenyans to access our university education and our Tibet, and the number that have applied this particular year, government will be able to fund almost 100%, particularly those coming from the poor backgrounds. And for that, we thank your government, Your Excellency. You have always reminded us as Kenyans that the only most important resource we have is the human capital, and we will be able to develop it so that they are able to participate effectively in nation building and the various sectors of the economy in our country. With these few remarks, Your Excellency, I will now request all of us to be upstanding as we invite His Excellency the President of the Republic of Kenya to address us. Kindly be upstanding. Thank you. Thank you, Your Excellency.
Asante sana waziri. Wangwana hamjambo? Mambo? Haya, tunaweza keti chini. Asanteni sana. I am truly happy to be in this meeting today. This to me is a culmination of a dream around Tibet. When I had the privilege of being Minister for Higher Education a few years ago, there was a big debate about Tibet and the place of Tibet in the education and the development of the human capital of Kenya. Today, I am very proud that Tibet is now central to the development of Kenya. And when I see this multitude of young people who are graduates of our Tibet institution, it confirms to me that a few years ago we made the right decision. From 2014, we took the firm position that we must equip more young people with technical skills and competencies that would make them contribute their energy and talent and passion in driving the progress and the development of our country. And that is the reason why over the last 8 years, we have built 150 new technical training colleges in Kenya. It is the reason why this year we are building another 15 technical training colleges in Kenya. And it is also the reason why we will be equipping about 70 technical training colleges in Kenya with equipment that will facilitate the greater understanding and learning and equipping of skills of young people like yourselves across Kenya. And I am very proud that today we have very proud masons, very proud electricians, very proud carpenters, very proud technologists. I am truly happy that we have realized the place of technical training as a country, and the young people of our country are immersed in acquiring technical skills. Pongezi nyinyi wote who are graduates today. That's why this event is of immense significance for the maturation of our capacity as a nation to implement coherent strategies aimed at actualizing our aspirations for progress by delivering on our commitments for national socio-economic transformation. In the first place, it emphatically demonstrates that our corporate community, KCB and many others, especially in the highly sophisticated and diversified sectors, are able to engage beyond their core business in a manner which speaks more directly and fluently to the national development agenda. At the same time, this response from a major national corporate shows that the bottom-up economic transformation resonates deeply throughout every sector of our economy and provides viable opportunities for our corporate sector to inject greater value in bold and innovative ways. This is the perspective I wish to share with you because I believe it gives further context to the profile of this event and explains why I am delighted to be with you this morning to preside over this wonderful graduation ceremony. Before us, we have 3,500 young people whose zeal and commitment, knowledge and education, skills and talents, as well as willingness and readiness to make highly impactful contribution to national transformation is beyond any doubt. When I look at you, I see people who are passionate. When I listen to Patricia here speak, when I listen to James here speak, they are very passionate, they are committed, they know what they want, and I'm sure it reflects what all you guys and others who have gone this program see in the opportunities ahead for our country. They sought and found opportunities for occupational empowerment and professional development in order to improve their capacity to exploit present and emerging opportunities, create value, and improve their productivity and entrepreneurial abilities. When I walked around what I saw, the many skills that have been acquired and what you are doing with those skills, it confirms to me that the future is safe with our young people. that is not the end of the matter. Our bottom-up economic transformation agenda is primarily anchored on the vision of significantly enhancing the productivity of labor. Therefore, the pillars of agenda are our priority targets of strategic investment with objective of creating millions of jobs for our skilled and talented young people, with the expectation that they will be able to work, they will be able to save, and they will be able to invest. I am very happy listening to what the two good people spoke about, what they've been able to do, how they have been able to work, how they've been able to invest, and what they are doing about saving for tomorrow. This way, we will be able to reduce poverty and inequality, and at the same time generate wealth and shared prosperity for tens of millions of our citizens. We are not only committed to creating opportunities for employment for the youth, we also intend to intervene to make it possible to own the houses they are building and to start micro, small, and medium-sized enterprises, grow them over time, and successfully run them as major national, regional, and global brands. Listening to Patricia, I see a regional brand, if not a national one. So we will see what we can do to hold your hand as we do the many other enterprises that will be grown out of this cohort of young people who are stepping out into the future. Our young men and women are not just the future of this country. They are the front and center of our agenda. They are the focal point of job creation and economic expansion. Education, training, and inculcation of skills and competencies that enhance their productivity and ability to create their own jobs is not only necessary from the point of view of our industry's demand for labor, it is also imperative for increasing incomes, thereby setting off a positive cycle of savings, investments, wealth, and prosperity. Let me contextualize this. We all know that we may not have silver, we may not have gold, we may not have many of the other natural resources, but we have one asset, and that asset is the people of Kenya. It is the biggest asset. Our human capital is the biggest asset we have as a nation. And because it is the single most important asset, it is necessary and imperative for us as a nation, as a government, to see how we can sharpen, how we can train, how we can impart knowledge, how we can create skills and competencies that make our human capital that instrument that we can use to drive our economy, drive our progress, and drive into our future. And that is the reason why this year I committed as a government 630 billion for the education in our country. The highest budget since the independence of this country. And it is because I believe that in the education of our young people, we create an asset that will change the destiny of our country. And it is the reason why you've heard here that apart from making sure that our primary schools are running, we've hired an additional 56,000 teachers, the highest ever in the Republic of Kenya in 8 months. We've provided money for our TVETs. In fact, the TVETs you guys have attended, some of them were having challenges with lecturers and tutors. This year, we are hiring 1,700 new tutors to help train in our TVETs. As I told you, we are building 15 new TVETs this year. And we have improved the budget for learning in our TVETs from about 5.2 billion to about 10 billion this year. Again, so that we can give more young people opportunity to acquire skills, training, to acquire competencies that can make them viable citizens, that can make them useful human beings in their community, for their families, and for themselves. And beyond that, this year, we are also intentional. And I want you to listen to me very carefully. For a very long time, we always were planning on how we educate our young people. But we have never had, as a government and as a nation, a comprehensive plan on how to create jobs. Because investing 630 billion without also thinking of what will happen when these young people come out of college, when they come out of university, when they come out of school, like you had James Oyo here say he came out of school. What happens to them? And I am very proud that this year we were able to have a comprehensive plan on how to create jobs. You have told me, I have listened to you, what you have said here. You have said you want to participate in our housing plan. Is that the case? Yes. Is that true? Yes. Precisely. Precisely. You see, the housing plan solves for us three big problems. Number one, it solves for us the 6 million, almost 7 million Kenyans who live in informal settlements. We have a responsibility to make sure that they live in dignity. Number two, it solves for us the problem of land fragmentation and land that is supposed to be used for food production is being used for human settlement. Affordable housing will reverse the trend of land fragmentation and give us an opportunity for land consolidation so that we can fix the challenge of food insecurity and make sure that Kenya is a stable country. But it solves for us an even bigger problem. You know, this housing plan is not so much about the houses. No. This affordable housing plan is more about the jobs for young people than the houses. And our plan, and I'm very happy that you people can see through it, our plan is to employ at least 1 million young people like yourselves with skills, with competencies, plumbers, electricians, masons, carpenters, the whole of that space. That is our plan. And you see, we live in a very interesting country. How can anybody be opposed to that kind of a plan? Surely. Muniambie tu kweli. I mean, surely. How can anybody be opposed to that kind of a plan? And all we have said is, for those of us, like me standing here, for those of us who are paid by the people of Kenya through their taxes, all we are asking is 1.5% of what I get so that we can create 1 million jobs for young people of the Republic of Kenya. Niwaulize jameni. Is that too much to ask? Is that too much to ask? 1%. Ndio vijana milioni moja wa Kenya wapate ajira kila mwaka? Surely. I mean, honestly. So, Beyond the housing, we also need, that's why I'm telling you, a deliberate, intentional plan to create opportunities for the young people of our nation to access meaningful opportunities to work, meaningful opportunities to invest, meaningful opportunities to grow their enterprises, to grow their hustles, to grow their businesses in that space. Apart from housing, we have also made the deliberate decision that to be able to give people like yourself an opportunity to grow your enterprises, we are not going to be importing furniture from anywhere. Ndio mmesikia mimi nikiuliza jameni wa Kenya. Yaani tunaenda kuagiza kitanda, sijui meza, sijui viti, sijui nini, kutoka sijui China, kutoka sijui Marekani, sijui kutoka wapi, surely. Sio ni wazimu? Yaani niwaulize, tuambiane tu ukweli, niwaulize. Kwani sasa hii kitanda, na nimesema many times, hii kitanda inahitaji ujuzi kiasi gani? Ati mpaka tunaenda kuleta kutoka Marekani ama sijui wapi, Ulaya wapi. Ndio nimewaambia hawa majamaa, na ndio mambo ya kwenda kuagiza kitanda haitafanyika tena, kwa sababu hii kitanda inahitaji mbao, randa, musumeno, nyundo na msumari. Story finish. Na jamaa ameketi hapa hako na hiyo skill ya kufanya hiyo kazi. Na nimewaambia kama kuna mtu atakosa usingizi kwa sababu hataki kulala kwa kitanda imetengenezwa na Wakenya, wacha akose usingizi. Ama namna gani? Tunaelewana my friends? So tumesema vile vile hatuwezi tena kuagiza ati simiti, ati tuagize ati steel. Imagine mpaka hata samaki tunaagiza. Unaona ile ujinga iko hii Kenya? Alafu kuna watu wanapinga, wanasema hapana, tuendelee tu kuleta samaki kutoka sijui wapi, tuendelee tu kununua furniture kutoka huko, tuendelee. Hiyo ni wazimu, please. Tuachane na hiyo story. Let us just agree. We have millions of young people with talent, with expertise, with training, with skills who can do all these things. And I'm very happy that you people are passionate about the skills you have and you want to make a contribution to building your country. I promise you, you have my support. 100%. 100%. Na tutasukumana kusukumana kabisa mpaka tuhakikishe ya kwamba hii mpango inasonga mbele, ndio tubadilishe nchi yetu jameni. In this plan, we are empowering young people to engage with employment opportunities in the first instance. And as a first step towards ownership of enterprises in every sector, in any part of our country, and in fact going into the continent. Just to let you know, we have now the Continental Free Trade Area. We're going to export these skills and the products that will come from these skills into the continental space market that we are developing. I have sent my Minister Moses to 20 countries in Africa to consolidate the market for the products coming from Kenya. We have just concluded signing the agreement with the European Union on market access for our products as Kenya. We are finalizing, going into this morning. I had an engagement with American officials. We are concluding agreement on access by Kenyan products into the American market. Today, America is our largest export market. And we are working on how to make it even better, how we can access our leather products, our textile products, our other products into the American market. Because we want to build opportunity for you. When you grow your businesses, you have a market to export the products that you are creating. That is how to go into the future. That's how to grow our country. The connection between this graduation ceremony and our agenda, as I have told you, is how we can expand market, whether it is through CFTA, Continental Free Trade Area, EAC, or other pieces of infrastructure, financial infrastructure that we are working on. This ceremony signals to the nation that the Kenya Commercial Bank Group, through the KCB to Jiajiri program, has successfully undertaken a monumental project, paving the way for other corporates to make their contribution to solving the skills gap frequently encountered by many industries, which have led to calls for the overhaul of our education system. This is highly commendable, and I express my great appreciation to KCB Foundation, through Jiajiri program, GIZ, and the German government for working with us on this program. Asanteni sana. At the same time, I encourage other corporates to replicate this model and consistently implement in order to ensure that the gap between education and training on one hand and the human capital requirements of industry on the other hand are firmly and conclusively closed. This is the objective of the government's collaboration with the private sector under the Kenya Youth Employment and Entrepreneurship Acceleration Program. On a broader scale, we are making every effort to establish optimal complementarity between industry and tertiary institutions and training, as well as efficient feedback mechanisms within the skills development ecosystem, including our universities, colleges, technical and vocational education and training institutions, industrial attachment, and internship. I will be having another conversation tomorrow on consolidating our internship program. We want you people, when you have acquired skills, you can also have access to internship in industry. We are providing incentives. We want those companies that are willing to take on board graduates like yourself for 1 year or 6 months or 2 years. We are going to make sure that we give them incentives. We are going to tell them if they pay 25,000, the government of Kenya will refund them 12,000 so that they can be able to carry on board many young people. In fact, our plan is to raise as many as 100,000 internship opportunities for people like yourselves who have acquired skills that can be improved by working with the sectors in the industrial space and in the whole of the economy. So again, apart from the Jiajiri program and all the things that you get out of here, and they're commendable, we also want to expand opportunity for you to acquire or to go into the space of internship so that you can again grow the skills that you have acquired. The KCB to Jiajiri program is therefore a highly promising start to our journey of transforming the skills development landscape in Kenya with a view to enhancing efficiency, productivity, and a stronger entrepreneurial and innovative performance. This graduation ceremony proves that it is possible to accomplish our goal of preparing our youth for the plenty opportunities that will be unlocked in the course of implementing our bottom-up economic transformation agenda. As I encourage other corporate sectors to emulate KCB in enriching our national skills and endowments, I also want to appreciate the German International Development Agency, GTZ, for its support to the program through its Employment and Skills for Eastern Africa E4D program. Let us all join hands in common endeavor to advance our youth employment and empowerment agenda as one of the most significant interventions in the economic transformation plan. Let us also congratulate all of you, the 3,500 young people who have completed the KCB to Jiajiri program for their achievement, and wish them success as they launch into the new phase of building enterprises, careers, hustles, and livelihoods, and contributing to wealth creation and economic growth. I want to encourage all of you that together as a country, we will stand together to do that which is right for all of us. And that is why everything else we are doing, and I have told you this, we are deliberate, we are intentional about creating opportunities for millions of young people to contribute their talent, their expertise, their skills, their knowledge in making sure that they grow themselves, they grow their enterprises, and they support us in growing our economy. And we are going to have specific, I've said, we're going to work on housing, the whole space, and I was happy with what Patricia said, the whole space about the county aggregation. You are aware we are putting up in every county aggregation and industrial park. We will need your skills in the county aggregation and industrial parks. We will need your skills in the special economic zones. We are establishing another 5 special economic zones around the country so that we can bring many young people with skills like yourselves into that space for us to grow our exports, to grow our own products that we use here at home, and to drive our progress, economy, and development. All these opportunities are intentional. We cannot, and I like what Patricia said. She said that don't expect miracles to happen. Don't wait at home. I like what James said. Usikae tu nyumbani hapo ati unangojea ati itafika nyumbani. Haiwezi, jitume. That is what James was saying. Si ndio? So vile nyinyi mnajituma na sisi kama serikali tutajituma. Tunajituma to create opportunities for you in housing, to create opportunities for you in county aggregation and industrial park, to create opportunities for you in the digital space, digital jobs, to create opportunities for you in our special economic zones and export promotion zones. That is what we are doing as government, and we want you to equally build in so that these opportunities are available. We must have a plan on how to create jobs. We cannot continue to imagine that just growing the economy will just grow jobs on its own. No, we have to know which sectors of the economy are we going to grow how many jobs. We must with clarity know where are we creating these opportunities. And that is why we are doing everything we are doing. Around Continental Free Trade Area, the negotiations we are having with the EU, the president of Germany was here. He's asking us for skilled labor to work in Germany, to work in other places. We need to develop those skills. And I'm very happy that we have many people here already working with a German institution so that we interact with their technology, we interact with their competencies so that we can measure up and we can also up our game as we do it with other countries. So all this we are building is because we want to build an ecosystem that will support our young people, will support our employment, will support the wealth creation that we are all focused on, and will also support our progress and growth as a nation. I want to confirm to you that we will move forward together. We will work with all our partners, and I must thank all our partners. I must thank the German government, the EU, all the countries we have in the continent that are working with us, the American government, being the largest export destination of our country. Today, in the afternoon, I will be meeting MCC, one of the American companies that wants to invest about 7 billion initially, and then about 100 billion later, because we want to create opportunities for us to grow as a nation. In the last 1 year, with the American government alone, we've created investments, whether it is Moderna, which is going to invest almost 70 billion in a vaccine factory in Kenya, or others in the technology space that is going to give us almost 200 billion of investment in Kenya. These are the partnerships. These are the friends who are working with us as a country to grow our own country the same way GIZ is working with us on this program of to Jiajiri and giving skills to the young people. We need to work with others in a space that creates a win-win. And we must also be intentional as Kenyans. We must know what we want. You know, we cannot, let me tell you, good people, we cannot in this time and age. It will be a tragedy of monumental proportions if in this time and age we want to glorify demonstrations that are violent, that destroy property, that destroy people's hustles, that destroy opportunity, that sabotages our economy. I mean, we would be a very reckless people if we were to glorify such. On the other hand, we would be very ungrateful for us to vilify the people who are creating opportunities for us. We have 200 billion investment from the American government. We have huge investments from Germany. We have huge investments from other countries. We must know what are our interests, and we must secure those interests. And I want to encourage all of us as leaders to focus on the things that bring opportunities to millions of young people, to millions of citizens of Kenya. We must not be petty. We must not, be looking at things that are personal. We want to move this forward. In any case, the American ambassador said 2 statements of facts. She said the last election was the freest and the fairest in the history of Kenya, which is a statement of fact. She said Kenya is open for business, which is also a statement of fact. I mean, surely, let us have some decorum and respect ourselves as we demand respect from others. So I was just imagining between the people who are orchestrating destruction of property and sabotaging our economy, and those who are working with us to create investment opportunities and investment capital for the people of Kenya. Between those two, I was wondering who is actually rogue. I think it's for the people of Kenya to judge. Let me also say that going forth, I know there is limited scope in when you guys step out, there is limited scope on how much money you can get to run your business. I will shortly have a discussion with the KCB to see what is it that the government of Kenya can do so that you people and how do we reorganize the space around Hustler Fund to make sure that you can get opportunities, especially with your skills, whether we can leverage on that to give you more money to be able to do and run your enterprises. Mimi nimefurahi sana wangwana kabisa. You guys are just awesome. You are quite something. Nikiwaona hivi, mimi nafurahi kwamba Kenya, siku za Kenya ambazo zinakuja hapo mbele, we will be a better country. And I want to promise you. Na mimi kwa upande wangu nitangangana. Nitangangana kabisa na hawa watu wote, ni wapange vizuri, ndio nyinyi mpate opportunity. Sindio? Tujipatie, kila mtu apate mahali ya kujishikilia. Nitapanga hiyo mahali ya housing. Nyinyi sasa ndio mtaendesha hiyo maneno. Hapa Nairobi peke yake, hapa Nairobi tutakuwa na nyumba karibu 60,000, 70,000 ambayo tunataka kujenga. As I talk to you, we will be advertising in about 30 counties program ya affordable housing. Nyinyi mujipange. Mutakuwa pale, mutajipanga. Mujipange kabisa, kwa sababu hiyo opportunity tuna create ni opportunity yenu. Na wale vijana wengine wa Kenya. Na ndio sababu unajua mambo hii ya housing, watu wengine walikuwa wananiuliza, sasa wewe nani alikuambia tunahitaji manyumba? Pengine hawajaniambia wanahitaji manyumba, lakini vijana wengi wa Kenya wameniambia wanataka ajira na wanataka kazi. Na ili hiyo ajira ya hawa vijana ipatikane, tujenge hiyo manyumba. We will sort out another problem. Sisi tunaelewana jameni? Mnakubali tutatembea hii safari pamoja? Mtafanya bidii. Sasa tunataka pale kwa hiyo manyumba mnajenga, hatutaki nyumba ianguke. Ama kuwe na leakage, ama ile plumbing ikuwe na kasoro. Mumepata skills ya kutosha? Mko chonjo? Kabisa. I am counting on you, good people. Musiniangushe. Tafadhali. Musiniangushe. Na mimi sitawaangusha. Upande yangu nitafanya bidii. I wish you the best of luck as you venture into the world of work and enterprise. May God Almighty bless you and the works of your hands. Asanteni sana na mbarikiwe.
Half of all these students, Your Excellency, please let's take our seats. We may take our seats. On behalf of these students, would like to issue certificates and also toolkits, which are representative of all the students. So with your humble kindness, Your Excellency, I'll request that you just come back on stage for the sake of pictures. I'll call Elosi Kadhure to come and receive a certificate, followed by Boniface Nyamawe. If they can kindly just come quickly and receive their certificates. And this is purely just on behalf of the other students. toolkits, and I would like the following to come: Emily Kwamboka, Anne, Mushira, Sami, Apo, and Musa Dume. If they can kindly... another photo. Some toolkits to the following students. We have one for masonry, one for welding, plumbing, and electricals. Your Excellency, sir, these toolkits are basically what you'd call a starter pack for them to get into the world. So you may go and receive. Let's start with Emily Kwamboka to receive her toolkit. And Emily Kwamboka is in masonry. Will receive her starter pack, and Anne Musishira is in plumbing. Or welding, sorry, welding. That's a welder. Then we have Sami Apo, who's in plumbing. To do, Your Excellency, with your permission, is a photo with all these students. So if I may ask them to just